तो क्या मैं इसी को कंडीशन नहीं बना सकता? बस इतनी सी तो बात है। ये देखो अभी तक क्या हो रहा था, लूप के मैकेनिक्स समझो। लूप के मैकेनिक्स अंदर का लूप भी एंड टाइम चल रहा है, बाहर का लूप भी एंड टाइम बाहर का, ठीक है, बाहर का एंड टाइम होगा। इसका मतलब है कि अंदर वाला लूप बार-बार एंड टाइम चल रहा है, ठीक है। कभी वो एन चीजें प्रिंट कर रहा है हर लाइन पे, लेकिन अब मेरे को हर लाइन में कितनी चीजें प्रिंट करनी है, जो मेरा नंबर है। इस कोड में क्या हो रहा है, जैसे पहली लाइन में जो मेरा लाइन नंबर है उतने ही स्टार प्रिंट हो रही है, तो मेरा जे भी उतनी ही बार चलेगा, यानी कि ये। तो बस अगर मैं आपके सामने कॉपी पेस्ट करेंगे यार, कॉपी पेस्टिंग सिंपल है, देखो स्टार स्क्वायर उठाएंगे एंड बिल्कुल कॉपी पेस्ट, ठीक है। एक वर्ड चेंज करूंगा, एक लेटर सॉरी, स्टार ट्रायंगल। देखो यही तो लूप की खास बात है कि अभी तक मैंने एक ही कोड लिखा है बाकी मैंने अलग दिखाया है। बता एक ही कोड लिखा था, सॉलिड रेक्टेंगल वाला, स्टार रेक्टेंगल, बस उसके बाद तो कॉपी पेस्ट किया सारा। ये देखो पूरा कॉपी पेस्ट, इसको प्रिंट करके वापस दिखा देता हूं, जैसे मैं लिखता हूं साइज, तो देखो अब देखना मैं एक चीज चेंज करूंगा, अंदर वाला लूप एन टाइम से चलेगा, आई टाइम चलेगा, अंदर वाला लूप मेरा एन टाइम से चलेगा, मेरा बस आई टाइम चलेगा। देखो इतना चेंज वापस दिखाते हैं, होगा जैसे मैं कहता हूं 3, तो ये देखो अगर आई होगा तो मैं कहता हूं ओह नाइस, तो वापस कहता हूं मैं अरे बढ़िया 4 स्टार प्रिंट हो गए, बस और क्या चाहिए जिंदगी, समझ रहे हो। और ये चीज होती है मेरा, जैसे आई 1 से लेकर एन जाएगा, पहले 1 होगा फिर 2 होगा 3 होगा, तो जब आई 1 है इसका मतलब मैं फर्स्ट लाइन पे हूं, तो मैं ये कहता हूं भाई जे तू उतना ही जा जितना मेरा लाइन नंबर है, ठीक है। जब आई मेरा 3 है यानी कि थर्ड लाइन है, तो जे कहता है अरे तू भी 3 बार चल ताकि तू 3 बार स्टार्स को प्रिंट करके आ, सिंपल, ठीक है। इधर देखिए अगले क्वेश्चन में आते हैं, ये तो होमवर्क दे देना चाहिए वैसे। प्रिंट द गिवन पैटर्न, अब मैं नंबर ट्रायंगल प्रिंट करूंगा, फिर अगला अल्फाबेट ट्रायंगल, भाई सेम कहानी है, स्टार का स्क्वायर, नंबर का स्क्वायर, अल्फाबेट का स्क्वायर, तो यहां पे भी सेम है।
Start with functions. What are functions? Functions are a set of code which performs something for you. Now, if I want someone to do something for me, like for an example, if I want to order food, I can say I can deliver food from a food delivery app, and that will bring me in food. So you can say functions are similar. You want it to do something, you'll give it or maybe something, and it will do that for you. That is the role of a function. Why are functions used? Functions are used to modularize code. Now, a lot of times you'll be having hundreds and hundreds of lines of code, and it becomes every portion of the code will be doing something. So that something will be put into a function. Okay. Functions are used to increase readability. Now imagine you are writing code and you have like 1,000 lines of code. You know what every line is doing. But if someone from outside is reading your code, he might not understand. So what you do is every step you put it into a function. Name the function in such a way that it is understandable what it is doing. Got it? And functions are used to use. So you can say functions are similar. You want it to do something, you'll give it or maybe something, and it will do that for you. That is the role of a function. Why are functions used? Functions are used to modularize code. Now, a lot of times you'll be having hundreds and hundreds of lines of code, and it becomes very clumsy. So in order to modularize, and functions are used to use the same code multiple times. So if you are performing same, like if you're using the same set of code again and again, it's not good to write the same code again and again. So you can put them into functions and use the function. Okay, so I'll be showing you all these things. So there are basically there are a lot of kind of functions, but usually we do use like 4 kind of functions. One is the void function, the other one is the return function, the other one is where we carry a lot of parameters, the other one is where we do not carry any parameter. Okay, so non-parameterized functions. So let's first one, void function. The void function is something which not returns anything. Very important. It doesn't returns anything. So imagine, I'm saying print your name. You know that is easy. You'll come across and say, hey, see out. Hey, Striver, print it. So you know one thing. If I'm saying, hey, Striver, that is something which I know. But if someone is coming from outside and is reading this, like, what does see out mean? I don't know. I don't know what see out means. This is where readability comes in. If I do not know C++, I will not be knowing what see out means. That is where we say, okay, let me write a function. So what function I'll write is, I'll say, okay, void. That is the keyword. It means it will do something, but it will not give me some. It will not give me something. And then I'll write the function name. I have to print the names. So I'll just write print name. And in that, I'll put this. So it did not return me anything. It's a void. It will never return you anything. And this is the function name. And this is a non-parameter. It will not carry any parameter. Whenever you enclose it within parentheses and there is nothing inside it, it doesn't carries a parameter. So it does this. Now over here, if you just run this will not be executing this function because this is outside the main. You know the skeleton of the code is executing anything that is inside the int main, and the function is outside. What you do is you say print name and you execute this. Now what will happen is int main will come, print name will happen, and then it will go across and execute the line code. See, A driver executed. Now imagine I see take a input and print the name. So you'll be like, okay, this is the line of code. Maybe I'll take int name and I'll say scene name. And I want to print this name. I want to say, hey, this name. And this name might be Raj. So if I say just print name, what will happen? See, it'll still print a driver. I want you to print a Raj. This is where something like a parameterized void function comes in. I know I have to take this name. Maybe I'll pass this name. So I'm saying print name, take this name. Print name will say, okay, please give me this. What, oh, by the way, string. What is the data type of this name? It says string. I'm passing the name, but it gives you red. Why? Because this guy is not taking any parameters, but I'm giving it name. I'll say, okay, what are you giving me? You're giving me a string. I'll take the string. I'll take the string. When I've taken the string, now I'll say, hey, can I say name? See what will happen. This function took this name and printed. Now this moment when you say Raj, see what happens. Hey Raj. If you say Striver, it will say, hey Striver. If you say Aman, it will say, hey Aman. Simple. This function, what is the function of this function? Takes a name and prints a name. Very simple. It can take any name. So you can maybe use it again. See string, name 2. And you can maybe take name 2 and you can say print name. See reusability of codes. I'm using the code again and again. And I can say, okay, Aman and then Raj. And then maybe over here, let's give an endl so that every time it says hey, you like see what happens. Hey Aman, hey Raj. Now, had you written this line, you'd have written it again and again and again. But this is where reusability of code comes in. And this is not under, like, you can maybe put it under for loop, that is okay. But if there will be cases where you cannot use for loops, but you have to use shuttle lines of code again at different places. That is where something like a function comes in. So I can call this as a void function and as well as a parameterized function. So you have understood void, you have understood parameterized, you have understood non-parameterized. Okay, now the next question that we will do is take two numbers and print its sum. So what I'll do is I'll take two numbers. The two numbers are on the input. So let's do this. id num1, num2. Let's take the two numbers, num1 and num2. Now I'll say cout of num1 plus num2. Or maybe you can do it something like id num3 equal to num1 plus num2. I can say let's print num3. Perfect. What will happen? 5 plus 6, 11 will be printed. Imagine this addition operation, you have to do it multiple times. Imagine you're writing a program for calculator. A lot of times addition operator will be done. Can you always just keep on writing plus, 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 plus? No. That's when you have to modularize the code. You have to make it readable. So one thing you can do is, like, you can say, okay, what is this doing? I'm giving two numbers and I'm saying sum. It will always have two numbers to take. So if you're trying to write a return function, it will always be like integer sum. Again, the name of the function can be anything. It always takes two numbers. So there can be two parameters. There can be any number of parameters, multiple data types. You can have something like char c as well. That is okay. Num2. This is num3 equal to num1 plus num2. And you can say return num3. And over here, what you can say is, I've taken the inputs and I can say the result will be, I'll say the sum guy to take num1 and to take num2. So the sum guy is called. So what happens? Let's understand the line of executions. So what happens? Let's understand the execution. So the main says, okay, num1, num2. Take it as input. 5 and 6. 5 goes to num1, 6 goes to num2. And then I call sum. This is where the program stops. The program stops at the line 21. Program stops at line 21. And now it goes to line 13. At 13, it is taking num1, which is 5. It is taking num2, which is 6. So 5 and 6 are passed over here. And it states 5 plus 6. And then num3 takes 5 plus 6, which is 11. And it says, return the value. So it returns 11. And this function gives you 11. Because this function was called, this function gave you 11. And that 11 goes and gets stored into res. And then the line 21, which was stopped, will be executed. And then this line 22 will be performed. What is the value of res now? It is 11. So it gets printed. So whenever you're calling a function, first the function will be executed. Whatever value the function gives, if it is a return, that will be stored here. Then the remaining lines will be executed on a function called the flow will go to the function. The flow will go to the function. Got it? This is what you call as a return function. This will return something. You could have done it as a void function, void parameterize, and you could have done cout num. That is also okay. In that case, you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do this. Different ways of writing code. A lot of people write code in different ways. You can try it as you wish. My main idea is to teach you what are functions, what different kind of functions you can have. Now remember one thing, if you are writing as this and this can be anything. This can be an integer, can be a double, can be a long, can be a string, can be an array, can be a vector, can be a list, can be anything, can be anything. And you will see eventually. eventually in the DSA playlist, we will be writing functions where we'll be returning vectors, arrays, 2D arrays. There'll be a lot of things returned from here, and we will learn throughout the course. So please make sure you watch all the videos of this playlist because I'm going to go in super depth. Since we're talking about functions, let's take these couple of numbers again. And there are a lot of internal functions. Remember, at the start, I said there is something as math.h. So there is an inbuilt function which says, give me minimum. And if you write min and you give them num1, num2, and then you print minimum, see what will happen. The 5 is the minimum. Similarly, there's max as well. There are a lot of inbuilt functions as well. Now, these functions are similarly written. So if you have to write a max function, how will you write? It will be very simple. It will be like num1, num2. And I know if I'm looking for max, if num1 conditional statement greater than num2, I can say that my max is num1, right? Or else I can say is my max is num2. Now there is something you cannot name the function with the same name to make it max. Okay. So because inbuilt max function exists, so you have to give the function such a name that
5 and 6 and 6.
the inbuilt, there is no such inbuilt functions. There cannot be repetition of function names. Okay, so max, now, will it work? It should, because data type returns, returns, returns. Let's see, will it work? It does return, does return. Okay, now, for an example, let's omit this line. For an example, just for an instance, let's omit this line. This is an integer. This has a return statement. Will it work? No, it did throw some random value. Why did this happen? Can you please tell me why did this happen? The reason this happened was, let's understand one thing over here. What did I say? I said number 1 greater than equal to number 2. So 5 was greater than equal to 6. No. So there was no if. Since this if did not execute itself, by the way, since there is one line, you can always write it without braces. Since this if was not executed, because I was stating is 5 greater than equal to 6, and that was false. So the if never got executed. And since the if did not get executed, the return line was not executed. And since the return line was not executed, this function was looking for a return line. It was looking for a return line, and it did not find one. Thereby, it did give you like garbage stuff. So the program did not compile properly. It's very important that if you are writing an int data type stating that it will always have a return, you make sure you write a return. You make sure you write a return. That is very, very important. Every function which with a return data type must have a return one, right? Make sure you do that. So we did learn about functions, but in the bracket it is written pass by reference and value. Let's understand what that means. So let's just take a number just in order to understand and do something. And we write a function, do something, and pass the number. Okay. And we go over here and write void. You know, this is a function. So write do something and take this number and maybe print it. And go ahead, change this number, let's say add 5 to it, again print it. And maybe again add a 5 to it and again print it. So what will be the expected value? I'm sending 10, so 10 will be printed. Then plus 5, 15, then 20. So ideally it should be 10, 15, 20. It is. But what did I say about the execution? How does the execution works? So it is like the first. So it goes here. This is executed. This is executed. This is, then this, then this. And then the line 21, then the 22, then ends at 23. So ideally, if I print it here, what should happen? Ideally, according to you, number was 10. It went here, 10, 15, 20, finished, 21. At 21, it should be again 20 because the last value was 20. So it should be 20, right? Let's do. We run this. 10, 15, 20, 20 till here. But the moment it came to the line 21, the value was 10 again. Why? This is what we call as pass by value. What happens is when you call functions and you pass number, it goes by value. A copy goes. The original number did not go. The original number did not go. This original number must be somewhere in the memory. That original memory did not go. What it created was, it said, you are 10. Let me create a copy. Send that copy. I'm not sending original. I'm not sending original. This guy took the original. He said, you're 10. Copy. Take the copy and give it to the function. And the function took the copy, did everything with the copy. So he modified the copy. So since he modified the copy, the original value still stayed the same. This is what we call as pass by value. Okay. This does work with everything. Like let's assign string s equal to Raj, and imagine you pass the string s, and let's omit this, and let's say string s again. And over here, assume you say s0 equal to, instead of Raj, I say Taj t, and I print the string s. And over here also I print the string s. So ideally over here, if I'm changing s0 to t, Raj will become Taj, right? And then when it comes back, s is again printed. So what should happen? Yes, first.
किस लिए?
गिफ्ट
कौन बोला है?
कोहेनी का फीस है, ठीक है, जाएंगे ना अभी।
अरे
मैं मनी कहीं और जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है, मैं जा रहा हूँ जीवन पार्क, ठीक है, इसलिए, ठीक है।
तो वही घटना। बाथरूम जाना था कसम से।
दो
नाच तू बली उमरिया पर अब ही बारू का तू तो धीरे 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 नाच तू बली उमरिया तो धीरे धीरे बली
Changed, but what happened was only the copy got changed and the original stayed the same. This is what we call as pass by value. Now, there's something else, pass by reference. What is this pass by reference? I don't want to pass a copy. I want my function to make changes on the original one. That's when you just attach a and to it. If you attach an we call as pass by value. Now, there's something else, pass by reference. What is this pass by reference? I don't want to pass a copy. I want my function to make changes on the original one. That's when you just attach a and to it. If you attach an and to it, it takes the address. It takes the address. So whatever you're sending over here, it takes the original and sends it. So this string, whenever you say S, it actually is dealing with the original. So let's now compile and see. So if you compile and see, you see it changed here and the same prevailed over here. Here, this is what you call as pass by reference. Understood? If you're passing like this and sign will say that, okay, get it from the address, get it from the address, get the original value. Okay. Now, this pass by reference can be written in a lot of other ways, but I personally feel the other ways are very, very confusing. The easiest way is just attach and sign, and that will make sure that it is passed by reference. The original value is passed. So if you want to pass the integer, similarly you can do integer num equal to 10 and you can pass a num here, and let's print the num here, and again take int. You can just pass the num here, and you can go ahead and say, let's do the same thing. C out of num and l, and over here you can say num plus equal to 5. Again you can say C out of num and L. Again you can say num plus equal to 5. And again you can say C out num and L. So let's do. So if I run this, what should happen? See, the value got updated in the function 3 times and then still the same. Now, a thing that you have to keep in the mind. Imagine you are declaring the array. So, do you remember declaring the array? Till now, you were declaring the array like 5, and imagine there are like 5 values 10, 7, 12, 13. Till now, all these values, you were kind of taking like cn array of 0, cn array of 1, cn array of 2, cn array of 3, cn array of 4. This is how you took, and eventually you were printing it array of 0, array of 1, and going on array of 2, and so on. You just printed it like this, right? So if you run this, you saw all the values were getting printed like. You can put a NL in order to get a clarity. Over here also you can put an NL. Okay. So if you just put an NL and run, so yeah, the first 3 values are printed. But is this a good way? Because there might be 500 numbers. What did you learn? Looping, array. It's combined. Yes. How many? What are you taking? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I write something like this? 0. I know I have to go till 4. Okay. I have to do this. I definitely know this. Can I say cn array of I? Can I do this? Can I do the cn of array of I? What will happen? What's the first value of I? 0. So 0. Array of 0 will get in. So 5 will get in. Then what's the value of I? 1. So 10 will get in. Array of 1. Right? And then what's the value of I? So if you try to print the value of I, if you remember for loops. Sorry, my bad. See what will happen. The value of I is 0. So array of 0 is taken. Next, the value of I is 1. Array of 1 is taken. Next, the value of I is 2. So array of 2 is taken. And similarly, it takes everything. Perfect. If you want to print it, quite simple. Same way, run a for loop. You want to print everything, array 0, array 1. Why do you want to write everything again and again? Just write cout, give like this, maybe put a space. And just see, everything got printed. So I combined.
अबे यार दिमाग में आया नहीं, तो यार एक कथा दिमाग में।
array, loops, and everything. Now, a question comes up. Passed by reference. I said include and to everything, but this doesn't work for arrays. Arrays are generically passed by reference. So if you write this is how you pass an array. So imagine this is the array I took as an input, and I said do something, and I said, can you please take this array and maybe the size of the array, and the size of the array is 5. So you can go ahead and maybe declare it in a better way. This, yeah, that's a better way. And maybe you can loop till n minus 1, or you can loop till n, that is your choice. You can do whatever you wish to. You can loop till n minus 1 because last index is n minus 1, or you can write lesser than. Both the conditions are meaning the exact same thing. So over here, I'll take everything. Now what I'll do, I will go across to every value of, maybe to just understand array of 0, I will go ahead and add plus equal to maybe 100 to it. And over here, I'll print array of uh, value inside function, okay? And I'll say array of 0, please get printed, okay? And I'll say value inside int main after the function, okay? Value inside int main. Let's see if that got added. Do you see this? It stays 105. I did not pass it with reference, but array always goes with reference. So please keep this in mind. If you're passing an array, it will always it stays 105. I did not pass it with reference, but array always goes with reference. So please keep this in mind. If you're passing an array, it will always go with reference. But apart from that, vector, maps, list, everything you have to pass that and sign to make sure that it is passed by reference. Got this? So whatever you do over here with the arrays, that will be definitely modified throughout. So with this, we learn functions passed by reference and value. Time complexity is the next one, which I'll be covering in the next video because time complexity in itself is a very vast topic. And I want you to understand this in proper depth with a lot of examples. Why? Because this is going to be the most important topics. If you go for interviews, they'll be like, do it in the least time complexity. So we'll be doing that in the next one. And if you want to know more about C++, you
धीरे 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 उमरिया